All right, here we go.
Cyber Monday. Shoppers,
Every month.
20% off all microwaves.
Yeah. All right, welcome everyone to episode 27 of the One Last Year podcast, and happy Thanksgiving, or not really, because this episode is way too late. It turns out that scheduling a podcast episode in the midst of Thanksgiving season is quite difficult. But you know, we're here.
Until next Thanksgiving, and then
Yeah,
we'll go
well,
from there.
that would be so stupid. We post episode 27 a year late. No. But I mean, we kind of made it. I mean, there's no.
Hey, we're close enough.
Yeah, we have two special guests here, Isaia Martinez and Gavin Zimmerman, both of whom have actually we've mentioned both of you on this podcast before. Mainly for the fact that both of you have graduated already.
Oh,
both
yeah.
graduated first quarter. I mean, I gotta ask, how have you guys been enjoying yourselves? Are you happy with that decision?
I'm really happy with it.
I'm so happy, bro. Man, I got so much free time now. Man, so happy, man.
So, I mean,
I've
You been doing anything productive with all this free time?
Gavin, you've been working?
Yep, and at least just last week was pretty bad. But besides that, it's like super easy.
Yeah. We can get into that eventually. So I mean, originally, assuming that this episode was recorded before Thanksgiving, like it was supposed to, I would have asked, what were your guys' plans for Thanksgiving? But that time has passed. So, what did you guys do on Thanksgiving? Huh? Isaia, what'd you do?
I gained like 5 more pounds, and then I gained a little bit more, and then I worked the day after. And then I won $26.
How'd you win $26?
Dude, I gambled at a family room at Thanksgiving.
With like your little cousins, like you scam your 5-year-old cousins. Is that what you did?
No, there was like this game we played. Like they had like money, and it was like duct taped. Like the money was duct taped on like on the money, and then they placed it on the table, and then you like slide this cup across this table, and it would like land on it, and I made like $26. I spent that on
Bringing the bread.
gas. Huh?
You're bringing the bread home.
Exactly.
Right. Ian, I know you went out of town for Thanksgiving. Where'd you end up going?
I did. Where did I
You
go?
forget already?
Nah, it's in here. We went to Wisconsin to celebrate my great aunt's 80th birthday.
That's neat.
And it was a great time. I met someone up there, I think he's my cousin, but like he's my third cousin, I think. And he's in college right now, and I might go visit him for like a weekend or something.
Was he a cool guy?
He was a super chill guy. He pre-gamed at the party for a while and then went out for Blackout Wednesday.
Oh.
Wow.
Super chill.
I mean, that's nice.
That's fair.
Gavin, how about you? How'd you spend your Thanksgiving?
I went to Thunder Bay Grill with my family. That's right.
You didn't eat at home at all?
No, my mom didn't want to make anything.
Man,
She was too tired.
Dude, I was gonna work there, but then they didn't hire me.
oh,
I know I've never even been there though.
For like half the places now, like you have to call them back in order to actually get a job.
yeah.
They like never come get back to you.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of like how when I applied to Jersey Mike's, even though I have never eaten Jersey Mike's a single day in my entire life, and they didn't hire me. But I mean that's kind of neat.
Jersey Mike's experience.
Maybe because it was actually pretty bad. In the interview at Jersey Mike's, they asked me what my favorite order was. I didn't know what to say. Sandwich.
The sandwich.
I like the order when there's 2 pieces of bread and there's like
stuff in between. Yeah, but I mean now I work at Cinemark with Gavin. Gavin, you work at Cinemark as well. I mean you're a concession worker though, which is a lot different from the kind of stuff that I do. I mean, how is that? Would you say? How would you describe the experience as a Cinemark concession worker?
Depending on the day, like today I work morning shift, so like everyone's in school or at work, so it really wasn't that busy. But like when it's on Saturdays or like Friday nights and stuff, it's like packed. Like there's tons of people.
Right. I mean, is it like a really stressful job, would you say?
Not really. Like making food and stuff isn't really stressful. It's more when like the customers start like flipping out and like over stupid stuff.
Do you have any like experiences with that, like customers getting angry or?
Some lady actually today was like freaking out. She said, "Did you put extra butter on my popcorn?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And she's like, "Well, it doesn't look like it." And like started talking to me. I'm like, "Dude, what do you want from me?"
Does Cinemark still have the station where you can just go put on butter anyways?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just go put some more butter on if you want it.
But I bet you can't really say that, can you?
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
one thing I wish I could say whenever I'm working on podium is when people come up to me and they're like, "Is this theater over here?" I so badly every time want to be like, "Well,
Uh,
actually, if you look at the
it's if you
massive
look up
sign
here, it shows
right
where the theaters are.
but no, I have to be like, "Oh, yes, it is." No, but I also get annoyed. Like yesterday, I was working the podium, and like so many people would come up to me and be like, "Is Moana 2 on this side?" I'm like, "Moana 2 is in every single theater, so
Exactly.
maybe." Like, I don't know. It's really I get annoyed when people ask stuff like that.
Playing in every single theater.
Right.
We had to open. I had to be there at 6:30 because someone decided they wanted to go watch Moana 2 at 7 in the morning.
By themselves? Was it just one
Yeah,
person?
it was literally one single person that came to the theater that early.
Good lord.
Like I could have slept
Honestly,
in a
that's
little
like a
later.
that's like a life hack.
Disney adult.
Life hack.
Empty theater to get there just
I mean,
super early.
That's crazy.
I feel like the nighttime cleaners also get equally angry when like people go to see those like midnight movie showings because there are like people that clean the theaters at night, right?
Mhm.
And they pretty much get to go home once all the theaters are clean. So I
Like
can
3
imagine,
o'clock.
yeah, I'd imagine it'd be really annoying on the days where there's like one person who's like, I want to go see a movie at midnight, because you know. But yeah, I spent a good chunk of my Thanksgiving break working as well. I actually worked every single day of the break except for the day before Thanksgiving. And my goodness, I mean, Gavin, you worked too. It was bad.
It was yikes.
It. I mean, I obviously haven't been working there for long, but obviously easily the busiest it's ever been for me. And a lot of
Well,
other people were saying that.
this last Friday and Saturday, I was over break. I was working 2 11-hour shifts and like that was horrible because I just had to deal with customers all day. I mean, I got through it, but it was still like I don't know, it was stressful.
Yeah, it was nonstop. Like I saw pretty much every single day of the break, every single line of the concession stand on both sides made
Like
its way back to the wall. Like,
yeah,
and it never
exactly.
ceased. Like it never even shortened, which
Mm-mm.
it made it terrible for us ushers because we have like our janitor cart that we need to push
Yeah,
from theater to theater, and you know you would be amazed at how many people don't know what the words "excuse me" mean.
exactly. They just
Like,
stand there like they don't know what they're doing.
like deer on the road, man. They don't know how to get out of the way.
Mhm.
Um. Jeez. But it was bad. Like cleaning the theaters. Like typically every day there's always going to be a few theaters that are pretty messy, but like for the entirety of break, every single theater was like a
Mhm.
nightmare, man. Like we
Plus,
were
plus
working
in
so late.
concessions, we had one of the popcorn machines broke, so we only had one to work with. So everyone was using that one popcorn machine.
Yeah, I
I,
saw that.
every single time I go to Cinemark, there's always popcorn all over the floor in the concessions.
Hmm
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we're just like
How does that
shoveling
happen?
as fast as we can.
And
like
then
the
like
amount of it.
you get how bad is that to clean up at the end of the night?
Um, it's not too bad. You kind of just sweep it up. I don't usually close. I usually open, but I think it might be bad for the closers because we kind of leave a mess for them.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, it's not my problem.
It
I'm just gonna
like
leave it.
is the floor like slick with all the butter on the ground?
Oh
Like
yeah, you can slip sometimes.
You ever slipped and fallen in all the popcorn?
I haven't fallen, but I've dropped popcorn on a customer once. It was like my second day of work, and it fell out of my hand and spilled on them. I was like, I quit. I'm done here.
Wait, really?
Yes, it was horrible.
Was it like a
But the
lot?
dude was
Like
like, "It's all right."
did you like cartoon slip and fall and like throw it on them or what?
I was handing it to them, and they didn't have it like on their hands, so I let go of it and it fell on them, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
That's horrible.
Dude, that's
Mm.
Wait.
fucked.
What'd you do? Did you like give him a refund or something?
I just made him a new thing, and I was like, "Sorry." He's like, "It's all good." Luckily,
Alright,
he was
that's
chill about it. He wasn't like making a big deal out of
I would
it.
have given him like one free item.
Mm.
He just turns around. He's like, "Life's unfair." He leaves.
He's just chill like
Like,
that.
what's he gonna do?
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they would schedule me for mornings at Cinemark sometimes because I've like only ever worked closing, but not as many people want to work closing, so
Mm.
I don't think they'd really let me do that if I wanted to.
How many
But it's all
people,
good.
or how long do you have to clean a theater after the movie's over before they start
I
the
mean,
movie?
until we're done, but like to give you like an idea of how busy it was and how messy these theaters were over the break. Um, like we'd have like we basically get a sheet, right, that says when all the theaters end. Like, be at this theater at this time. It'll say like theater 10, 8:30 is when it ends. So that's like when we're supposed to be in there. Over break, there would be times where it'd be like it'd say like the theater ends at 8:30. We wouldn't get in there until like 9:15 because we'd be that far behind. Like, movies would be about to start and we still wouldn't have even started cleaning yet. So we'd have to. Yeah,
Hey,
it would get really bad because obviously that's when customers start to get upset and start to just go into the theater without listening to the fact that it's not clean yet. And then there were multiple instances where we would have to pretty much clean a theater where everyone was already sat down. And that's obviously like horrible to do because then you have to like sweep under people's feet and they get all upset. And it was rough. It was really bad over the weekend. I mean, over the break. But I mean, hey, at least I don't know. There's nothing. There's not a bright side to the story.
yeah.
And they
I'm
don't do any
hope
like bonuses for big movie drops.
They do
I
time and a
doubt it.
half. I worked Thanksgiving, so I guess I
Oh,
got paid a little extra, but
that's actually pretty good.
I'm just not looking forward to
Right.
Christmas break. Hopefully, I applied to Costco, so hopefully I get a job there before the Christmas break.
let's hope
But
the Cinemark managers don't listen to this because they're not gonna be
yeah,
happy when they.
I
Yeah.
don't
Hopefully,
care.
Sonic 3 doesn't get as bad as Wicked or Moana 2. Yeah,
Dude,
that's
that Sonic movie looks freaking fire. I
It
want to go
it
is,
watch
does.
it.
dude. The
They
movie,
gave Shadow a
Dude,
gun.
Yeah. Dude, they
the
gave him a
poster is
I
Glock.
thought Jim
fire.
Carrey
Got
was
extended
retiring
mag.
like 4 years ago.
He just won't
He
do
keeps
it.
coming back for Sonic. He keeps coming back for Tails.
Yeah, Sonic. He's so cool.
For real.
All right, I want to pivot over to I want to pivot over to you, Isaiah. You work at Steel Plow, correct?
Yeah, I work at Steel Plow.
What kind of stuff are you doing over there?
Today I worked today, so I did dish. Shout out to my boy Eddie, bro. He helped me out on dish. He was the goat. I'm just saying,
I
we're
mean,
like
what?
goated.
What the
What
heck?
exactly? Isaiah just got really close to the camera.
He's doing a cameo.
Bro,
Don't
I
let the
Hold
can't hear
on.
you.
camera flip. Sawyer will lose his mind.
If his camera flips, I will.
There we go. I got it fixed.
Um, I mean, what I don't even know what Steel Plow is. I'm gonna be real. What do you guys
It's like
sell?
a burger company. We have like burgers and like salads. Ian's been there. He was glazing it when he was glazing it really
Really
bad.
good.
He's like, dude,
Where
that's
is it?
so good. It's on 53rd. It's like in Davenport
Um,
area.
I've
they have
never.
they have amazing burgers.
Sounds
I
good.
had like a pretzel. They have venison burgers there, which were fire. And I had like a pretzel burger, and then they
Dude.
had these massive shakes, and the shakes were really
Oh yeah, the
good.
shakes are fire.
Hmm.
Sounds good.
Right. So, are you like dealing with customers a lot then, or are you mostly?
No, I'm in the back cooking and
He
stuff.
barely even knew I was there.
Yeah, I didn't know I was there. He was there for like 30 minutes, like 10 minutes.
Hmm.
I mean, we're still kind of like on the topic. Do you have any like interesting stories from your workplace?
I mean, yeah, I got some, but they're like short stories, but
It's okay, man.
yeah. So, I think it was the only story I could think about is when Ian came to Steel Plow. He was like eyeing me the whole time.
Dude,
Yeah.
I went there on a date with my girlfriend and her parents, but all I could do was just stare at Isaiah the whole time.
Yeah, because I was so hot.
Bro, she's like, Ian, why aren't you listening to me? Hold on. I see Isaiah.
He's flipping that patty
Exactly,
over there.
dude.
He's kind of going crazy.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
All right, back to all right. We're resuming. All right, 3, 2, 1. Actually, what were we even saying before Isaiah left? We were talking about
Isaiah,
We were talking about job
Isaiah,
stories.
explain yourself.
Dude,
Explain
yeah.
myself. Dude, I had to go take this big, massive brush in the brush toilet, bruh. Dude,
Right.
I'm being so for real. Dude, the hus was waiting for me, bruh. Dude, it was banging, dude. He should have been
Man,
there.
this is
You
the
getting
worst
flunkies?
podcast ever, dude. Isaiah's like, "I'll be right back," and turns his camera off, and we have to derail the whole conversation
To be
because
fair, we never told him to look at the rules.
well, I mean, I didn't think that like someone doing that, like he didn't even say what he was gonna do. He's just like, "I'll
This
be
is
right
gone.
back." Like I figured he'd say what he was doing before he just
Dude,
up and
I had to
left.
go use the restroom, bro. I was gonna
You
poop
better
my
have been-
pants, bruh.
better
I'm
be
being
first
so
in
Air out
for
his
real.
business.
Okay. Okay.
So for real.
Okay, man. During that timeout section, Gavin, you said you had another Cinemark story. If you
Oh
want.
yeah. So this is before I started working there. One of the managers he got fired because he was selling weed and mushrooms in the back of his car during work hours to
Welcome to
other
Cinemark.
Cinemark employees.
That's
Dude, that's
Oh,
freaking
dude.
insane.
dude. Apparently, I heard. Actually, I'm not gonna air out company secrets. I want to pivot over to away from our guests for a little bit. I want to talk to David.
Secrets.
Hi.
David Ball. He's back. He wasn't here last
Wow.
episode. He was in Australia, but he's finally back. That's the only.
Dang,
That's
Australia.
the only caveat to this episode being late is that David wouldn't have been in it if it was on time.
Well, I mean, there was a chance that I could have been in it because, like, this time in Australia would have been like afternoon.
right, right.
So I
yeah.
may or may not have been able to been on, but that
I mean,
doesn't matter.
regardless, you're
I
back
don't
from
like those
Australia.
chances.
I mean, how
Yeah,
was
I'm
the
here
trip,
now.
man?
It was very fun. It was just me, my mom, and my dad. We left my sister in Iowa. And I came back to school today, and everyone was like, "Why did you leave your sister behind?" And I said, "Why wouldn't I?" But it was like my senior trip, so I'm not like getting gifts or anything from my mom or dad. They're like, "Well, we can get you a computer, or you can go to Australia." And I said, "I can go to Australia, and I can buy my own computer." But
Right.
no, it was a fun trip. We started in Sydney, and then we were staying with a friend, a family friend the entire time. And he has a apartment in Sydney, and then he has a house in a small town about 6 hours south of Sydney, um, on the ocean. And we also flew north to Cairns, which is by the Great Barrier Reef, and we went snorkeling in the Great Barrier Reef. So,
How was that snorkeling? Have you ever done that before?
I mean, I've snorkeled in Florida and Mexico before, but nothing like serious, in the open ocean. So it was kind of weird because it's just the boat and ocean all around you, and then you like dive under the water, and there's just coral there, and there's like a bunch of fish and stuff. So it
Right.
was it was interesting. Well, it was like an hour and a half boat ride. So you're in this boat with, and half the people in the boat got like seasickness, so they were out back throwing up. So just sitting in the boat, smelling and hearing them throwing up was not fun.
Oh.
But when we got to the reef, it was great because you could just kind of swim and look at fish, and there was like some stingrays. We didn't see any sharks. Um, but then we also,
Is that not a good thing?
well, they said that the sharks in the Great Barrier Reef were vegetarian. I think that was a joke, but
What?
I don't think that like the sharks there wanted humans. Like
I'm no biologist.
because
However,
the reef sharks are what are in the Great Barrier Reef, and they're like not big enough to eat us. Like they
mm,
eat tiny little fish, and I'm not a tiny little fish. I'm 180 pounds. I don't think a little
right,
tiny
you're a
fish.
man.
Yeah, I'm a real man. So, but that excuse me, that was fun.
Go for the sharks.
But besides that, it was just kind of going around doing random
You went
stuff.
to the Sydney Opera House, right?
Yeah, yeah. Our last day of the trip, we went back to Sydney and saw the opening night of the Nutcracker at the Sydney Opera House. It was fantastic.
Right. Yeah, you were posting about that.
Yeah,
Um,
I know the Huzz jealous, but it's whatever.
what? We got to stop
What's
using this. Then. I'm so sick of
what's
seeing
the
all these.
living situation down there? Because I'm just thinking like I feel like I would be very claustrophobic being around all these people with Australian accents. I think I would feel very
You know
homesick.
what?
I
It
would not
was
be able to survive it.
it was interesting because their accent is um very different than mine. And people would ask me everywhere we went, people would ask me that. Well, okay, they would ask me where in the States are you from? Because they knew I was from the United States, and I was like, oh, my parents told me not to say Iowa because no one knows where the hell Iowa is. Like, we met our family friend's adult son. We had dinner with him and his family, and we're like, yeah, we're from Iowa. And he's like, oh, Ohio. No, not Ohio. Oh, Idaho. No, not
Same difference.
Idaho. So
Close.
we would just tell
Idaho?
people we're from Chicago. And then
Right.
they'd be like, ah, Chicago, Barack Obama.
Is that
That's
really?
what I'm
Did someone really
thinking.
say that?
No, I just made
That
that
would have
up.
been hilarious.
Barack
Ah,
Obama.
It would have been hilarious. It would. Anyway, it was weird because their accent's pretty intimidating actually, especially if they like talk really fast and they're like a big man. But besides that, it's just kind of funny. They're hard to understand sometimes though, and
yeah,
they
didn't you
have
go to like?
what were you saying,
No, what are you
Jacob?
talking about? No,
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 you
you go
go.
on.
Okay, I'll go
Come
on.
on, guys.
Okay, I'll go. There's a large Asian population down there, and the hardest accent to understand was a mix between Asian accent and Australian accent. Our tour guide in the opera house had a mixed accent. It was hard to understand
Can you
because
do
she
an
was talking
impression?
fast. I cannot do an impression. People thought that I would get an accent. I did not get an accent. But
I'm
what
just
were you gonna
making that a
say,
little bit
Jacob?
too. Didn't you go to like the north, where like the northern side of Australia?
Yeah,
Some?
yes, so that was Cairns, which is basically like the Florida of Australia. It's built on a swamp. Um, there was mountains all around it though, so that was kind of cool. But there was a rainforest about 20 miles inland, so we went on a gondola through the rainforest, and then the gondola stopped at this small town, and we got out, and there was like a koala bear thing, and then we paid money to hold koala bears. Um, so there's a picture of me somewhere on the internet holding a koala bear.
Yeah, I
There's
saw
a green
that.
picture. I
I
saw
would
that.
never, I would never want to hold a koala bear. I got like told, like Steve Irwin told me as a kid that like if a koala bear like pees on you, you die or something.
People have asked me like if the koala bear
It's the
would
only way you'll
bite
get an
me,
STD.
and the koala bear didn't bite me. I got bit up by bugs though. I gotta tell you, I got like 30 bug bites. That was the only thing that attacked me. There was a couple spiders, not big ones though. I didn't see one like nasty looking spider. There was a couple snakes. Um, I actually this is not related to like animals trying to kill me, but I ate some kangaroo meat. It's actually pretty fire. At
Huh.
least
Like
the way they cook.
what cut?
Well,
Some pouch?
it was served on I
The
don't know
pouch
what
has
Dude,
nothing there.
it
some
was.
pouch jerky would go hard.
No,
Dude,
so
that's like skin.
we went to this one restaurant. We had no idea what we got ourselves into. We go in there and they give us this menu. One price on the menu and it's just like $60 and you can eat all this. And we're like, "Oh, we don't need to eat all this. Oh, we'll just order stuff." And the waiter comes back, she's like, "No, that's just one thing." So they serve kebabs of meat and they just come around with a giant knife with like a crap ton of meat on it, and they're like, "Hey, you want some of this?" And then if you're like, "Yeah, I want," it's all you can eat meat served on kebabs. So they had like steak, chicken, kangaroo. They had some like fried pineapple. It was so fire, dude. The meat there
Ooh,
was
that
it was
sounds
good.
dang.
Yeah,
No way. Have you guys seen the videos of that guy who like goes through the Florida Everglades with like his bare feet?
I do. I love those videos.
We talked about that with Chance.
Did we? Dude,
We've already
we talked about everything with
we're on
Chance.
old terrain. I thought you were gonna talk about the guy punching a kangaroo in the face because he like tried to kill his dog.
No,
See that?
is that like
Oh
recent?
no, there's this video. You can look it up. This dude like I think the kangaroo was antagonizing his dog or something, and he just goes up and socks it in the face. And like
Hmm.
they tell you they'll like kick you in and they'll get you, but it's something about like they don't have very strong arms, so they can't punch very hard, but they can kick really hard. So they think like, oh, if you punch a gorilla in the face, not a gorilla, if you punch a kangaroo in the face and it hurts, it's like, oh, if that's his arms, I don't want to see his legs, so it like runs off. But if you kick it, then it'll probably, you know,
Yeah, I've only ever seen
yeah.
videos of kangaroos like slapping each other. I've never actually seen a video of a kangaroo using its legs as like a weapon.
Yeah, I saw a couple kangaroos in the wild. The guy we were staying with, his house, 6 hours south of Sydney, is next to a national forest. So there was a bunch of kangaroos. There's more wallabies than kangaroos, wallabies are just smaller kangaroos. Um, well, they're not the same, but they look the same. They like hop and stuff like that. So there was more of those. Like we just went over to his like neighbor's house, and we go in their backyard, and there's just like 6 of these like wallabies just chilling there. And then we walk in, and they all jumped away because they didn't know who we were. But the
Mhm.
wildlife, it was so strange down there. There was like exotic birds just chilling in trees, just for fun. It was
Mhm.
it was weird. It was like
they're not
you're
exotic
everywhere you
down
went.
there.
That is
Exactly.
I
true.
mean, that's
Tell us
wild.
about the flight
Shot
back, David.
Well, I mean, just the flights in general. So we drove to Chicago, parked our car somewhere, and then flew out of O'Hare to Houston. That wasn't a bad flight. And then we went from Houston to Sydney. That was 17 hours. Um, it's brutal. Um, who are we waving at over there?
I'm waving at Isaiah.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, 17 hours down, and then on the way back, it was 13 hours because we flew to LAX from Sydney, and then LAX to O'Hare. Um, I slept on the way back, not on the way down, but I was also like sick on the way back. I either had a cold, or had a really bad time with allergies. I think it's a mix of both. So I slept a lot on the way home just because I just didn't feel good. Um, but it was fine. The flights felt pretty short once you got off.
Right.
Okay.
I've never been on a plane.
Neither have I.
You've never been
Deuces.
on you both of you have never been on a plane?
Nope.
I
Who's
maybe
no Sawyer? Dude,
Of what?
how?
I think you need to check your privilege, bud. You came in
What?
here, you were like, you're not you, Sawyer.
What you said? What? Are you kidding? You said Sawyer. You were like, Sawyer, you need to check your privilege.
I fly
Those were separate stations.
What?
What?
Okay. What were you
Those
saying?
were
I
separate
fly a
stations.
lot. I don't
What were-
understand. Like, this is a question for you guys. You guys that don't fly, where do you go for vacation? Like
I
Illinois?
don't.
Yes.
Um,
Dude,
Not
you came
everyone.
on here, you're like, okay, we're leaving my sister. This is my senior trip. So I'm not getting presents or nothing. But like, when was that a given? I didn't understand that whole
oh,
Yeah. Oh
situation.
yeah.
But
I didn't. Yeah. We never acknowledged that. You just get presents for the fact that you're 18 and you're a senior.
Birthday.
like
Well, that's a
okay,
birthday.
you
You
made it
get
sound like
presents when you're
birthday.
some people they're like, since you're graduating, we'll get you something like for college, like a computer or something. I feel like most people that I know do that. So my parents we had an opportunity to stay with a friend in Australia. So all we paid for was our flight down and back, and he paid for almost everything else, which
Hey,
is crazy.
Mm.
I just got a drum kit for my 18th birthday.
Oh, that's really sick. Yeah, Gavin, you're
Sorry,
into
yeah.
music, right? No, that's a good segue.
Yeah.
That's a really good segue.
Yeah,
You've been making music lately? Is that what I've heard?
Yeah, I've been trying to like write my own music and stuff, mainly like rock music. I can play guitar, bass guitar, and drums, so
Hmm.
all the
Wow.
basics down.
When did that all start? Like, when did you start doing that?
Probably like a year ago is when I actually like started coming up with ideas for like guitar riffs and lyrics and all that.
I mean, I guess I could have guessed by your backdrop that you're into music.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I want band posters.
So is that like a career you want to go into? Do you want to be like a singer or well, not a singer?
Well, what I really want to do with my future, I want to like work on movies and maybe become a director. That's kind of like the basic thing everyone wants to do in film, but just do something along the lines of working on like a film. I mean, I also want to make music and stuff. I think that would be fun
Right.
too. But
Like, do you see yourself ever being like a composer, maybe?
not a composer, more like just in a band,
Right.
like something. I'm not crazy into, or not really good at, I don't know, putting music together like some, I guess, music conductor or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I wasn't. Is that the end of your thought, Gavin?
Oh, I guess so. I don't know.
Dude, I was like, oh, what was I gonna say? Jacob, you derailed me. I'm sorry. No. Dude, now that is really cool though. So do you see yourself going to like school for that at all? Like a college?
So my dad knows someone I can intern with. He works on like filming certain TV shows and stuff that I could intern with him. So I thought I'd just do that.
Interesting. Like what shows? Do you know any of them?
I think he works on a lot of shows that are ones like Forged in Fire, if you've heard of that, like those type of shows.
Ooh, I love that show, dude.
It's
That's
fire.
awesome.
What
Dude,
is it?
those
I
shows
don't
are
know.
cool.
What show is that?
They like make like
Weapons
swords
and
and stuff. Dude, it's cool. And like they cut pigs for some reason. 'Cause
Oh
they're
wait,
crazy.
I do know. Wait, like the blacksmithing. Is it like a competition
Yeah.
show?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, today we're gonna make a
Yeah.
freaking longsword.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Exactly.
They like do like a pillow cutting test.
Isn't it like
Yeah. They're like your blade sucks.
Forged through fire or something? I feel like
Yeah, Forged Through
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fire.
Forged
I
in
think
Fire.
Forged in fire. Sounds right.
Watched it in welding
Yeah.
classes. It's a banger show.
It is banger show.
Dude, Isaiah.
Yeah.
We just asked Gavin, what do you see yourself doing for a career?
Probably like something with forensics or something like that.
Like
Blood
crime?
splatter stuff, like analyzing blood and stuff like that.
Is this because you started watching Dexter?
Maybe a little bit. It was a good show. It was a good show. It was a good show.
You don't want to be like Dexter though, right?
No, not like Dexter. Not Dexter Morgan, the Bay Harbor Butcher.
No, dude,
Sure.
it's
Yeah,
not.
not like him.
Dexter.
Those are not your
Good Dexter.
aspirations.
Nah.
Sure.
But do you know who
Like-
I'm trying to be though? Hold on.
Is he
I'm trying to get my boy's physique, bro. Look at this dude's
Oh
physique.
my
bro.
gosh.
Dude, that's so
Dude,
true.
this guy's fine.
He's holding up a box of Dragon Ball Goku Reese's Puffs.
You just have to down
Why
the
do you-
box
why do you-
Cereal?
under 5
Why do you have a
minutes and you become
collection?
Goku.
Why do you have a collection of Reese's Puff boxes? Before the episode, you were showing us these.
Dude, I love Reese's Puffs, bro. They're so gas. You know, like the song they used to sing, like Reese's Puffs. That song was so
Yes.
fire.
Dude.
Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs. Reese's.
Alright. Hold on, I got one more to show. Hold on. I got little Yachty.
What the
Hold on, I
heck?
think I got one more. I'll be right back.
Dude, this would be like an incredible like sponsorship segment if we were sponsored by Reese's Puffs. Yeah,
Gotta
that
get
reminds me.
sponsored.
Okay. I really gotta go onto this too. Well, during our little break time when Isaiah left, Gavin brought up another interesting fact. Gavin was a little late to the episode. I
Oh
shouldn't
yeah.
say a little, very late to the episode. Because he was helping. I mean, what happened? Why were you late,
So
Gavin?
I was helping some friends move, and we were loading up the U-Haul. It's not like a truck; it's one you just hook up to the back of a car.
Yeah.
And me and my friend, we were pushing it, and his dad was holding like the thing to hook onto the car, but he was holding it wrong, and the thing fell on his arm, and he broke his arm. So yeah, that kind of sucks.
Dude,
This happened. So this happened like an hour ago.
Like 2 hours ago, yeah.
right.
Dude, your friend's dad breaks his arm, and then you're like, I got a dip. I've got a
Like, oh,
podcast
later,
to go
guys.
film.
My bad.
Dude,
Sorry,
Sawyerfield
bud.
needs me. I need to be on his podcast. Stat.
Like now.
That's dedicated. That's what we
Dude.
expect from our co-host.
Like, hey, I'm
Dude.
sorry you broke your arm, but I gotta go, bro.
Perfect.
Dude, here's a little funny story. I like doing this podcast and all, but it's certainly not the thing I hope to be remembered for. Like I mean, I'm sure I will in some capacity to some people as the podcast guy, but like we had this like student council friendsgiving, and at this thing they had us basically everyone like wrote their name down, put it in a bag, and then you grabbed a random person's name. And then whoever you like grabbed, you had to write like a little nice message to them, like why you're thankful for them and whatnot. And then we all read them aloud. And I was like with Kevin, and I like leaned over to him, and I was like, guarantee you, whoever got me is gonna mention the podcast, guarantee it. And of course, it was Mateo and Armand because they were together. Mateo and Armand got me. Stood up, immediately go, Sawyer, you have a great podcast, bro. Come on. You
mean,
couldn't have
Do
been
any of these people?
It's
Dude,
so easy to
Do
say.
any of these
the
people
other
actually
podcast,
watch
though.
the podcast, or they just know that you have it
No.
and you're like,
I do.
me riding it, dude?
You actually, Isaiah?
Yeah,
I love you.
watch the
Exactly. He's
podcast.
told me he's tuned into every episode.
Who?
Exactly. I'm a day
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
I
our
haven't
audience
even
is like
known
90% band kids. So.
Dude,
David
you
does
keep
get into
alienating them
viewers.
when you say that, dude.
What?
There's a problem.
Every time you say that, we lose
Who do I
viewers.
We
alienate?
lose 13
You're gonna
views.
lose viewers.
Our whole audience.
Oh, I alienate band kids? My bad. Actually, no, not my bad. I hate liberal arts students. I hate anyone in those type. You see, the
Dang,
joke
bro.
is
That's
the
not
joke
what
is
Call
that
it out.
means. That's fine arts,
fine. Whatever, same thing.
buddy.
The joke is that I want to go to film school.
True.
Anyways. No, you know who are even worse? Theater kids. Let me explain something to you here. Over Thanksgiving break, there was Moana 2 and there was Wicked. They were both sold out consistently the whole time. Tell me why the Wicked theaters were like consistently worse to clean than the Moana ones. Like they were way
Exactly.
worse.
It was so bad you had to put a Snapchat post up.
I did.
Uh-huh.
Cause my
You're
goodness.
gonna get hate for that.
Hate
It's
for what?
because
Bro, we had
Moana,
people like showing
Moana
up in
2.
costumes, like dressed up. I was like, what the heck, dude? This is not that type of movie.
Did they use
same-
the real like lead-based paint that killed the witch in the first movie? The actress?
Probably.
Right,
better hope
got
so.
to their brain. Gave them the idea to dress up like that.
I know exactly why the Wicked theaters were more messy. It's because Moana is for children, and Wicked is for adult children,
Adult children.
and they eat more. That's why.
That makes sense.
Are you just gonna stare at me? I thought you had something to say about this, bud.
No, sorry. I just got a very
Oh,
strange text message. Fine. You know what? I
You're already getting death
apologize.
threats for making fun
Dude,
of Wicked.
Oh,
I
yikes.
apologize to all the band kids and all the theater kids I upset. I am very sorry. David, what are you doing, David?
I'm on Instagram. Look, the new NFL hate memes page just posted.
There's an
That's
NFL
so
meme page.
cool.
That's fantastic, dude.
Dude, I
Get on the
can't look
cast.
at it.
Lock in,
Hold on, Ian. Show me it. Show me it real quick. The video.
dude.
Right, looking for it.
What are we looking for?
Sawyer, were the
Guys, the
seats in the Wicked theaters green, like stained with paint?
No. That strange question.
Do they have
how-
green popcorn?
I don't know.
I didn't know.
The green
That'd be
popcorn?
hilarious.
They have green soda.
Dude.
And green ices.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, and like they stopped working after like 10 minutes, so like every customer is asking for them. I'm like, sorry, we can't sell them.
What was like the flavor? Like green apple?
Yeah. We also have like a pink flavor, and it's like birthday cake, and it tastes horrible.
Grass.
Birthday
Like-
cake. That's a little
Yeah,
fruity.
I'd probably just get the
Exactly.
red one. Do you guys get the red
That's
icy
like-
or the blue icy?
Do they have the Coca-Cola
Oh.
one? That one's gas.
Yeah, we got Coca-Cola one.
Oh my god, I'm gonna slide
I get
tomorrow.
the blue icy because the red
Yeah,
one makes me
yeah.
look like my tongue's bleeding.
Yo, Gavin, will you let me slide tomorrow to get some Coca-Cola slushy, please?
Legit, I'm working. I start work at 12 tomorrow.
Oh my
Come,
gosh, bro.
come during Pride, and I'll get you some free ices.
Whoa,
Pride,
whoa,
bro.
whoa! Wait a minute. You can't say that
You
out loud.
graduated,
Not
bud.
public.
He
Whoa.
does what he
Hey, they won't find out. They don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
I don't
You're
think any
avid
of them like
viewers.
this stuff.
Exactly.
dude. I'm gonna get all the Cinemark managers on this podcast. Just you wait.
I'll get all my steel plow members up in
yikes.
here too. Don't worry.
Oh, shoot, I'm never getting hired anywhere again, bro. I'm gonna be jobless forever.
Dude, I could relate.
You're gonna be
You-
like
you know what,
40 years
dude?
old, like applying for a job, and like we actually found this podcast episode of you from
Like 40 years ago.
Yeah,
Free
yeah,
icy?
yeah.
That's a bit much.
Free ices? Are you
You're,
serious right
you're
now?
selling free, or you're stealing free ices?
Dude, that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
You
help my
guys-
brother out.
You guys worked on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
I didn't.
didn't.
I had Thanksgiving off, but the other days I worked.
I
We're
work-
did.
close.
So, did you work night or more? You said you always work
Night.
night?
I worked night. I worked
Dang.
from 5. Well, it was 5 to 11, but it was more like 5 to midnight because of how busy
I
was.
worked
Mm.
like 6:30 to 5.
Wait,
Dude.
6:30 a.m.
On what day?
Yeah, in the morning.
I remember when I used to work at Wendy's and I would work at night shifts, and there was this dude. He was so mad about his sandwich because it had mayonnaise in it. He got out of his car and parked. And he went to the drive-through window. He was like banging on it. He had mayonnaise all over his face. He said, "Why the hell is there mayonnaise on my sandwich, bro?" It was at like 10:30, bro. We were like, "What the hell is going on, bro?"
Do I look
You
like
know,
I wanted
bro,
mayonnaise on
I
my
was scared
sandwich?
as hell, dude. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" I thought I was gonna die. I've been so
That's like something straight out of Vine.
I've been so for real, bro.
Dude.
I was like, bro, I'm cooked, dude. This is the day I'll die in a Wendy's, bro.
How much
so,
mayonnaise?
Even light the
Dude,
place up.
dude, and I was like
You
trying
just
out
put
this
that
like
much
new
mayonnaise
soda
on
we
a
got
sandwich?
too, bro. It was so terrible.
Did he like already eat the sandwich like in his
No,
diary?
it was like half eaten, bro. It's like,
Bro,
why
we
the
had a
hell is
free
there mayonnaise in my sandwich? And he had mayonnaise, and he had a beard too,
Double
so like
bad.
you could visibly see like the
He was
mayonnaise.
munching
It
on
looked like
that.
it was 3D popping out at you, dude. It was crazy. It was
Did
crazy,
you guys get the Krabby Patty meal from Wendy's?
dude. I wanted to, bro.
Dude,
I got
It
it after
was-
like
it was okay.
It was.
it wasn't like amazing. I mean, it was kind of like a basic burger, but it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
What I thought it was literally just a Wendy's Big Mac because like whatever,
I
it
think
was just a
I think
regular
it
burger.
is that.
It was just a regular Wendy's burger, but with like this special
Special
SpongeBob sauce on it, and it's just the same sauce that everybody has, like Big Mac sauce, cane sauce, Bulldog
Yeah.
sauce. Pretty sure it's all the same stuff.
Bulldog
Um,
sauce.
Bulldog sauce,
I love
dude.
the
That sauce
I
is
love the
something
Bulldog
else,
sauce.
bro.
The Bulldog
Dude,
sauce is on another
dude,
level.
Thomas used to like drizzle it on everything, dude. He was like glazing it on his
Big
pizza, bro. I was like, dude, this can't be that good, bro. Dude, it was like, I don't know, bro. There's like some Diddy sauce in there, like I don't know,
Heck
bro.
nah, bro.
The Diddy potion, bro,
Dog
was in
sauce.
there.
Dude got to the
The
high
Diddy
school.
potion, bro. They like put like some Diddy sugar in there. It's like, oh, that's good enough. And like get it the kids. Dude, never mind.
No.
Never
I don't need to hear about
Gotta keep this
the
confidential.
Bulldog sauce got too spicy.
They got a little too spicy, if you know what I mean, for one guy. He could have handled the heat. He's like,
I gotta. I hate to derail. Ian and David, you guys do not look happy at all to be here.
I'm so tired.
Dude,
I'm actually so
they
tired. I
hate the
want to go to
Bulldogs
sleep so
cause.
bad.
Yeah,
11:20, dude.
it is actually getting kind of late, but
Oh,
we're not done yet.
that's true.
True.
No,
Not quite.
Yeah, I ain't got work till
won't give you
12,
the
so I can
liberty.
sleep in tomorrow.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't got work tomorrow. I'm so
I don't have to be
excited.
at school early anymore.
Oh, that is true.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Can we talk about that, Ian?
No.
I
All
want
right.
to talk about it.
No, we'll wait. I guess cliffhanger. Stay tuned. I don't know.
He's got 0th block off now.
Speaking of Wendy's, I actually almost worked there. I got hired and everything.
Really?
I guess since I'm working at Cinemark now, I can like talk about some of these stories. But
Escapades.
yeah, I applied to Wendy's and they got back to me. They were like, "All right, come in on this date and we're gonna have an interview, right?" So I got all dressed up in my button up. I got my resume. I probably did not need a resume for Wendy's, but I got all ready. I wanted to be sure, like I give a good first impression. I go in there, and none of like everyone behind the counter. There's no one in there, but everyone behind the counter does not look like they're paying attention at all. And I go in there. And I'm like, hello, I'm Sawyer Fields. I'm here for an interview. And they all kind of look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, what is this guy talking about? And like one of them like even like goes on the phone and like calls somebody. And then like someone like it takes 10 minutes, but someone eventually comes out from behind the counter and is like, okay, just sit down over here. And I sit down, I even shake her hand. Assuming she's the manager, right? Because you'd assume that I'm getting interviewed by the manager. And she's like, hi, I'm whoever, and I'm the assistant manager. I'm like, oh. And she's like, yeah, the manager isn't here. And none of us knew you were going to be here. And I was like, oh. And so she was just like, yeah, so anyways, what's your name? I told her my name. And she said, what's your phone number? I gave her my phone number. And she was just like, all right, that'll be it. And I'm like, what? You want me to just leave? And she's like, yeah.
Dude.
And then
That's
literally,
good.
she was like, "All right, we'll get back to you for an interview." But then the next day, I get an email that's like, "You've been hired at Wendy's." Like just the day later, like I didn't even have an interview at all, and I declined it because I'm like, I don't really want to work at a place where the manager forgets to show up to an interview. That it doesn't sound.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Was it like an old lady?
No. The lady
Okay.
who like interviewed
Ooh.
me, quote unquote.
Was she? I think I know who you're talking about. I'm not gonna say who it is.
Yeah, I don't remember the name at all.
I
Someone
think.
who works at Wendy's.
Dude, yeah, let's just air out all these businesses while I'm at it. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say the name of this next one, but I did apply to another place, and I'm like 90% certain that the reason they didn't hire me was strictly because I'm a boy.
You applied at Victoria's Secret, dude? What?
No, okay.
You applied at Hooters? You applied at Hooters, bro?
No way.
Hooters.
Why won't they let me work at Hooters? It was not Hooters.
For real.
But I walked in. I went in for the interview at this place, and I sit down, and I didn't think anything weird of it then because I was trying to stay nice. But like thinking about it now, this is a crazy question to ask. She sits down, introduces herself. First question she asked me
What's your
is,
cup size?
"No, Jacob, what the fuck?" No, she asks. That's horrible. She asks me,
How big is it?
no, guys, this is a professional. God, this is terrible. She sits down and asks me, so this job involves a lot of cleaning. As a boy, will that be a problem for you? What kind of question is that? Like,
That's crazy.
That's a wild question to ask for so many reasons.
That is insane.
Which,
Dude,
it's funny now that I'm literally my entire job at Cinemark is just cleaning.
Cleaning.
So clearly not.
Well, was
but
it?
Dude, I wonder where this is at now. Dang.
I can say afterwards. But what, Jacob?
No, I was just saying, yeah, it was not a problem for you.
No, it was, but like
you said.
Oh my God!
Whoa!
He did the thing. Happen again.
We were trying to do that for 7 minutes, like a few months ago. We couldn't get it. That's awesome.
On episode 20, Gavin just emoted. Oh shoot,
dude!
Yo!
How's he doing that?
What happens? You have to be. Wait, Isaiah can do it if he has Apple.
Man, how do you do that, bro?
Damn.
What the frick?
Ah,
No,
Emotes.
every
I
single
didn't know
time I'm
that.
on Snapchat or on FaceTime and I do that on my phone, it'll do it. If I joined here on
Dude, what the
Discord on my
frick?
phone, I guarantee you I
Nah,
get it.
Oh yeah. Hey guys.
We could do a peace sign too, I think.
Dude.
bro.
But yeah, but
I don't know.
the interview.
Oh, yo,
What
what the heck?
That's
Dude,
sick.
is that Diddy? What the frick?
What?
Dude, he's at a
I
party.
didn't know that. I
Dude,
didn't
what
know
the
that.
heck just
Talking
happened?
about
When
I want to
the
get there.
interview.
How do you get there?
Oh no, it was peace signs. I don't know.
Well, don't
What'd you do?
block-
Yay! The interview went
the camera does
on,
not see peace in your eyes. Okay,
and
what's about this interview?
the interview went on, and like it wrapped up, and then like 2 days later, I got an email that was like, "We decided to hire someone who has a more open schedule than you," which that's just stupid. I'm involved in one.
We decided to hire someone with 2X chromosomes. You didn't make the mark on that one.
That's crazy. What?
I'm just gonna say at this place, I've been there a few times. I've never once seen a man behind the counter. So all I'm saying, I'm not saying it's like 100% why I didn't get hired, but it's like
Where did you?
Dude,
Is that why you
obviously
applied?
Hooters.
You were
It's
you're
not
trying to be a
Hooters.
player, bro.
No, dude, I was
Boy,
desperate.
Hooters. That boy
Like
Hooters.
I'm gonna bring up the fact that I had to apply to Cinemark twice because they didn't see my first application, so I just started applying all over the place.
Hold
I'd
up, I
have
think
called
I know
them
where
back
this
after
is.
like 2 weeks. Be like, and then I finally got an interview.
Yeah, no, it's because I applied like right at the start of the summer the first time, so there were a lot of other people, so they just didn't see my application.
The year before last year, I worked at Fairway, the grocery store.
How many guests are we gonna have that have worked at Fairway? There's been so many.
Hot
I worked
spot.
at the Davenport Fairway. It was a good job. It was just kind of boring.
Mm.
I did have some lady freak out on me so at the time I was 16 and she's like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, "I'm 16." She goes, "You are not old enough to be restocking beer." I'm talking to your manager. I'm like, he's the dude that told me to restock beer. So I
Yeah,
mean, you can complain,
stock
but
it. You just can't serve it.
yeah,
Or-
you can't. I think it's just you can't sell it.
I mean,
Yeah,
At 16 with parent permission, you can. Yeah, they have to sign a form.
it depends on the place.
Although I can sell it at the Cinemark now. I'm
depends on how
doing
many
my bar
manager
training.
kicks.
Oh, you are.
Well, you're 18.
Yeah, so I
Ooh.
can sell drinks soon.
That
Can you
is
slide me a little something?
no, Ian.
Yeah, I
That
got
is
you.
not the question to be asking on this.
Dude, what? Ian, you can't be saying that.
Dude, this is what is with us, and just this is the confession podcast, I guess, dude. Oh man, when I first started at Cinemark as an usher, I was like, man, I want to, eventually get trained in concessions. But honestly, I don't really want to anymore. I'm content with being an usher, being a janitor.
Wait,
Are the
Gavin, I
usher
have a
boys?
question.
Are they
Yeah.
are they cooler than the concessions crew?
Um, the usher crew. Okay, here's what I will say: the usher crew, when it comes to eating in the break room, are definitely cleaner. The Gavin, I don't know if you're doing this, but it's
I
only
in my
ever
car, so
it's only ever concession workers that make a massive mess in the break room that I have to clean up.
I in my car, so
Yeah.
that's not me.
I
Gavin,
don't.
I have a question.
Yo,
How many people order beers at the
we
concessions?
have like some dude at like 7 in the morning order a beer, and I'm like, dude, what? You haven't even
Wait.
eaten breakfast yet.
Is there like do you like
Light
limit them
beer.
how many they can get, or is it like you get like a bajillion beers and like
I get 1 million beers.
Yeah,
through.
1
I
million beers?
think they limit them, but I haven't actually like served it yet, so I don't know.
Because like imagine like some dude in Moana would have like 6 Bud Lights.
6
He's like, oh
beers.
my god, this movie's so fire. It's like,
Dude, yeah, was the 7 a.m. beer guy the one guy going to Moana too? Just
yeah,
Yeah,
he's got like
taking a
probably.
load
4
off.
Bud Lights. He's like,
I
this is
had,
the best movie ever.
I had
That's
some
like
lady today ask if I could put some rum in her popcorn. I'm like, what? Why do you
That's
want rum in your popcorn?
what?
Did you do it?
Bruh.
No, I was like, I mean, I can call a manager. She goes, oh, it's fine. I'm like, Wait, so were you
I like
joking or
that.
were
Do
you
it
being
yourself,
serious?
lady.
Yeah, I know you can't really do stuff like that. When my brother worked at Cinemark, he was in concessions, and he told me that there was this guy who would like consistently, like they recognized him. He would come in and ask not for popcorn. He would ask if they could like go into like the tray and get him just a bag of like unpopped kernels from the.
What?
But they eventually had to like stop giving it to him because they're like, yeah, there's actually like health concerns with that. And he was like, dang it, I can't get my popcorn kernels anymore.
He's gonna go. He's gonna grow popcorn trees, dude. Trying
Exactly,
to steal
dude.
your
I would do
business,
the same
dude. What the
thing.
hell? That's so messed up.
He would go to
There's-
Cuba and just like place them all like on like one big plot of land.
Have,
So
I would do
there's,
that.
Dude, I'm gonna go
I
to.
live next to
I'm
like
gonna
a
go to Cinemark. I'm gonna
cornfield.
ask you to.
Gavin,
not-
would you be mad if I went to Cinemark and asked you to do 10 layers of butter on my popcorn?
I'd be pissed
Would
off.
you be mad if I asked you to
I'd spin
spike
your
my chicken
popcorn.
tenders?
You'd order how many chicken tenders?
No, if we asked you to spike them, is what he
If you
said.
could
Spike
spike
the
them.
chicken tenders?
Like,
Maybe.
with what?
Tequila
If you
and
give me a good
sauce.
tip, I'll do it.
A tip? How big the
No,
tip?
you can't get tips at Cinemark.
That sounds legal.
I got like $20 in tips in my wallet right now. So.
What?
I find
from like a month of working.
Oh yeah. I find quarters on the ground sometimes.
Oh, dude, that's way better.
Dang,
I'm
bro,
not gonna
making
lie.
Wowie.
It's greasy too. It's all oiled up too because of the butter.
Bro,
It's
there's a dude I worked
better.
with that did that. He pressed the butter button and just like rubbed it all over his arms and stuff. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He goes, it feels nice on my skin. I'm like, no, bro, you gotta get out of here.
Terrible for your skin. That's really
That's definitely how you clog all your pores, dude.
I need
I
to
was
work
like,
at the
why are
store,
you
yo.
rubbing yourself with butter?
And there's so many weird people. This lady yesterday when I was on podium, she came up to me and I don't know what she was on, but she did not look right. She came up to me and was like, it was 8:30 p.m. by the way. She comes up to me and goes, "Hey, what time does the 4:30 Moana end?" Lady, 2 hours ago. What? And she just goes, "Oh," and turns and just walks away.
He was
I'm like,
definitely at the bar a lot.
maybe. This other guy comes up to me. And he goes, "Hey, which theater is Fumasa in?" And I'm like, "Oh, you mean Mufasa?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Fumasa?
I'm like, "Yeah, that movie hasn't come out yet." And he's like, "But you got a poster for it over there." I'm like, "Yeah, but the poster says
December 22nd.
yeah."
I'll tell you, I've been waiting for the M&M's movie since I was 4 years old. They will
Dude,
not
me
release
too.
that
With like
shit.
the bomb, bro. They're like defusing
Yeah.
the bomb. Dude, they're like,
No. The
Like,
scene
you
where
No,
it's
for
like
real.
the scene where he's like, "This is your mission." No, this is an envelope. Bro, I love that ad so
Yeah.
much.
I
dude,
legit thought when I was younger that they were actually making an Eminem movie every time
dude,
I
I thought
saw.
so too.
Dude, it's because the poster, because it says coming soon on the poster.
Mhm.
It's actually so messed up.
It's
In
not
the
coming
break-
soon, dude.
In the break room right now, we have a B movie poster.
Really?
Yeah, it's him on like the
First
tennis
print?
ball or something.
What?
I've
Like
I
crusty
gotta
and
snatch
yellow.
that.
I have a
Hanging up with my band
poster from
posters.
I have a poster from Joker somewhere in here in my room. I don't know where I put it.
I have a Wendy's poster.
Wait.
Dang, that's fire.
For real, dude. I'll go grab it right now.
Oh, really? Okay, go ahead. We'll wait. I mean, we did like briefly touch up on it at the start. I mean, Gavin, besides work, and music, is there anything else that you've really been doing with all that free time? Because you are graduated.
Watching Instagram reels.
All right. That's what
Yeah.
I like to hear.
Ooh, that I
It's-
should have graduated early for that.
For
Dude,
real.
full-time job and watching Instagram Reels? Oh my god.
It's the life, man.
Dave's single. I'm more of a
What's
Dave's
up?
double kind of guy,
You
actually.
guys want some burgers?
That is fire.
You need to hang that
Dude.
up. I would have made a
Dude.
fire backdrop.
Yup.
Dude, hold on. All right, I'll sit like this the rest of the podcast. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a
Dude.
second.
Dude, this episode is
What's
so
it say?
fire.
Oh, it says, hold on. Here. It says March Madness. Oh, wait, hold on. And then it says,
Featuring Dave Single.
Dave's single
dude, he's
and
single,
ready
by
to
the way. He's
mingle.
ready to mingle.
Dave is
Hold on.
single.
Hey.
I think I got another one. Hold
Hell
on.
yeah. Title the episode Dave is single. Please.
I already have a title in mind for the episode.
Oh yeah, I got
Oh,
another
that's
one.
ominous. I like that. You got another one?
Hold on,
Bro
They
just
look like
collected
twister. What are they
Wendy's
made out of?
posters.
dude. Here's another one right here.
2 for $6.
Hold on.
Dude, I would die to just have fast food posters in my room instead of like movie posters
Legit.
or cool stuff.
Dude, you know that sign, the Viva Las Vegas sign that we had at the homecoming dance? Is that still just outside
Yeah.
of the gym entrance?
No,
I
it's
think so.
not.
It's
I
gone
think
now.
it's probably like in the gym, like storage room or something.
Mm.
I should
gotta be
probably
somewhere.
hang these up, yo.
That was
Dude.
like I was there for a long time, and like the whole time, every time I looked at it, I just like reminisced on the time we stole that guillotine, and I'm like, bro, we should totally just take that.
Guillotine?
You mean guillotine?
Dude, I want you to get off my podcast,
You mean
bro.
guillotine? Dude,
I call
I'll
it a
get right off your
guillotine.
podcast.
A
You keep calling it
guillotine?
guillotine.
Did we ever talk about that guillotine?
No.
Dude's
Guillotine.
got
Man,
that.
shut up.
I
Dude,
have one of those
chill.
chicken nuggets from
You mean
McDonald's.
that one?
You know what? With me, yeah, that one. With me criticizing your guys' grammar every single episode, I get a freebie. Okay. Did we ever talk
No.
about that though? Did we ever?
We have not.
I mean, Isaiah, do you want to talk
Wait,
about
what?
that? When we stole the guillotine out of the what was it, Michan's room?
Oh yeah,
Why does
that
she
was
have a
like that was
guillotine?
last year. It was like towards like the end of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember that. And
Yeah.
Miss Chance was like, "Oh, Ian, are you gonna pay them at all?" He's like, "Nah."
Yeah, it was someone else's project, right? They built that whole thing and they didn't want to keep it, so Ian just has it in his room now.
Yeah, not
And
exactly. All right. The year before I had Michan's class, somebody did that as their final project, and they told Michan's that they were gonna like give it to her, and she was expecting like a little desk guillotine, but instead they
Desk?
brought
It's like life
that
size.
life size could actually put your head in guillotine.
Oh heck nah.
And
It's not. There's not a real blade in it though.
yeah, the blade's wood, but Miss Shands took it and put it up in her classroom, and then when my class was there, she was like, "Does anyone want this guillotine? It's getting kind of annoying just being here." And I was like, "When else am I gonna have the opportunity to have a fully functioning guillotine?"
Cool,
So
suspicious.
then you
I
got.
was I was talking I was talking about this before the episode, but that's a wild thing to introduce people into your room with. It's like, oh, there's my bed, there's my PC, it's my stretching machine. Uh, there's my mace. I don't know.
There's
It's
my
got medieval
human
stuff.
murdering device right there. But yeah, no, that was just. I remember how funny it was, and because it was like Isaiah, me, you, Ian, and then what, like Anthony and Caden, that were helping us lift that thing. Like I just remember I was watching you guys initially lift it up, and you guys were like, "Yeah, we got this." The very first thing that happened when you guys picked it up is you slammed the thing into the light above.
Nah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Yes, it very much did. I also
I
remember when
remember that now.
I remember. I think we were like trying to bring it to like Ian's. We were bringing it to North Lot for whatever reason.
No,
or
we
to
were
the
bringing it
Oh
to
my-
South Lot in Isaiah's truck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
no,
did. No,
Get to North.
we wanted to bring it to North Lot, but to do so, we had to like go through with like the football
the
field.
football
but the
field.
gate was shut, so like we like heaved the thing over the massive gate, and like Ian and I had to like shimmy our way through the gate too, so we could get to the other side. And then Ian, you were like, actually,
Let's go in South Lot. I
let's
said,
just put it in Isaiah's truck instead. So then we had to lift it back over the fence a second time. And
Dude,
that
it was
thing's
like a
heavy.
Trojan horse, dude. It was like going in the freaking. It was insane.
And it was heavy because the base is like it's just a solid wood block. It's not hollow at all, is it? I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Pretty
So I remember me and Caden, we took it all the way back to my truck after that.
Yeah.
But I remember the funniest part about taking the guillotine was just carrying it out of the school. and
Oh yeah,
passing
we
by
le-
students.
we probably that was a strange sight, I'm sure. Yeah, good times. Good times. Huh. I mean, Isaiah, Gavin, do you miss anything about school now that you've graduated, or are you just happy to be gone?
I mean, I
Uh,
guess I'm missing my friends there, but I don't miss anything else.
I missed the free lunch.
True.
Dude, that lunch was so good. I would get a strawberry Uncrustable. Oh my god.
Blaze is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I would get, oh my god. And then I would get Braden Hutchison to get me a parfait. Oh my god. And then I realized like the last couple days I could have got it the whole year for free. I was so mad.
Dude, why am I so blurry? This always happens. Dude, one thing I'm not gonna miss about lunch though is the people who will go to the front of the line and just take for flipping ever ordering. Like I remember the other day, Caden and I were trying to get in line, and this kid like runs up in front of us and was like, "No, I was here. I was here first. Actually, I was here." And I mean, he wasn't, but you know, I was just like, "All right, whatever. You can go ahead of us." And he gets to the front of the line. And then like I rolled my eyes went to the back of my head when the first thing out of his mouth was, "Okay, so I don't have my ID." I'm like, "Come
Can I get
on."
a?
So then no, and then she was like, "What are your numbers?" And I kid you not, he went, hold on one second," and he had to like open up his phone because he didn't remember his ID.
563.
And then like she eventually plugged in the numbers, and then she was like, "Yeah, your account's negative." I'm
I
like,
just used
bro,
my ID from last year.
Well,
It doesn't even have a picture.
dude, they
So
hate
it
you.
was that one kid.
under
I
the
don't know if
radar.
y'all talked about it. That one kid who like, I remember one guy you guys talked about. He's like, this kid. He went up to the lunch line. He's like, "Can I have the usual,
Yes,
please?"
that was so funny. Junior year, there's this guy. Funniest thing I've ever seen in lunch line ever. He literally gets to the front of the line and like this. I didn't think this would work. He like puts his elbow on. He like gets right like this, and he's like, I'll have the usual." And I'm like, "What is this guy talking about? No way!" And she like gets it. She's like, "It's 2 cookies, a Powerade, and an Uncrustable." I'm like, "Who is this kid?" He's just
I
like,
remember
"Yeah, I'll have the usual," and it.
The usual.
I literally, and I don't even think I've seen the kid since. I have not spotted him.
I remember
Dude,
sophomore year, there was this kid that sat at the table next to ours. He'd order like 8 cookies and like
Oh,
8 ice cream sandwiches and then like make ice cream sandwiches out of the cookies and stuff.
right. Dude, I remember freshman year when like, a la carte and what have you was like easier to get to, I guess, because in middle school they would always like wait to open it up for whatever reason. Well, I remember like, feeling like a philanthropist, and this was like really dumb that I would do this, but like, people would be like, "Hey, Sawyer, buy me an ice cream from a la carte," and I'll be like, "Oh, of course, I'll do that for you." Now, if someone did, no, heck no.
dude, you were such a cool guy. And then you turned nonchalant. You're like, get the
I
heck out of my
remember
face.
I remember I
Yeah.
would never have any money in my account, but I would have cash, so I'd pay people to buy me things
Yes,
at
people
a la
would do that
carte.
all the time.
I do that for Robert sophomore year because it's my parents' money in the account, so he just paid me money and I'm getting him food while I'm getting paid.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
that's
Robert
literally
was the
Wow.
man. He would do that to everybody. He would just.
Method.
That's how you just. That's how you clean your dirty money. You just.
Dirty.
He'll hook you up, bro.
What, it's like
Get
Heisenberg
him
or something like that.
He was running a
what do you
whole ass
call it?
money laundering thing.
Like in the basement of the school with like Mr. Anderson when he was there. I guess
yeah,
you're there.
Yeah.
dude, man, good times. I think it's
Wait, is
actually
Mr.
getting
Anderson? Wait, who's Mr. Anderson? Is he that one sub?
he
No, here's that one.
he did D&D club.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
Oh,
Ian's
that's
advisory teacher for like
And
2 years.
Drayson.
oh
Ian
yeah,
Grayson.
yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
he was cool. He was chill.
All
He
right.
was like that nonchalant guy.
What a note to end on.
dude.
And I think unless Jacob, you have something you want to say.
To end
Dude,
on, did you guys buy anything for Black Friday?
Cyber Monday.
I did
Dude, I
not.
bought this
Cyber
cool
Monday.
freaking monitor. All right. Anyways,
I
Ian has
bought
something to say.
I bought a PS5,
Oh, nice.
and I got
wait,
college
give us
football
like a
on it.
360 angle view.
No,
What?
No,
not
that's
while
I'll
I have.
pull up right
too
now. I'll
much
pull up
I
right
showed you
now.
guys
information.
earlier before the podcast. You saw my room. I had like dirty laundry on the
Yeah,
floor and
I
shit.
Oh,
Let
Oh,
me
did,
let
Did
me
you buy it for
clean my
one
room
game?
and I'll do it next
I'll give
episode.
you guys a 360.
okay.
okay.
All right,
There's gonna be the
so
wall behind.
there's my couch bed. I got my record player and
No
all
way. Is
my
that a
vinyls,
dead body? I'm kidding.
and then
Dude,
I
there's
got
someone
my
hanging
Audio,
over
drum
there.
kit
audio
and
listeners.
my guitars.
Wicked. Literally.
Wicked.
I listen
The
And then I
movie.
got my TV
That's
with
rad.
like my
Dude,
books.
this is
Dude,
actually
are those
sick.
movies?
Yeah.
Dude, guys,
Dude, you
this
live
is
in
all
like
cool and
Casey
all,
Neistat, bro.
but we literally have to end this episode because David and I have less than 8 hours to be at the school.
Oh, heck no.
He's been sleeping all episode. It's just fine.
Yeah, I mean, David's word count wasn't terrible
Where's
this
Ian at?
episode. Let's be honest right now. Ian, we need you to be
Bro,
attentive
why
while we wrap things
would you infer that? No, it was
What?
great.
Good night.